Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Automation with Arnab. Hello, I am Arnab. Hope you guys are doing very well. So this is the second video of Playwright tutorial. So here we will learn that how to write your first test using Playwright. Okay, so in my first video I have discussed that what is Playwright, what is the features of Playwright, and how to install and set up the project. Okay, now in this video I will discuss that how to start coding or writing first your test. Okay, so using Playwright. So let's start. So first we will start with the example one. So if you remember that once you install the Playwright, and if we create the Playwright project, there is an example test file is already present once you create the Playwright project actually. Okay, using npm init Playwright commands. Okay, so this is that example test file. Okay, so as I already mentioned that I'm going to use TypeScript here. Okay, and also I'll try to give explain that if you try these things using JavaScript also, I'll try to explain that one. Okay, so as I have chosen TypeScript during creation of the project, so that's why it's created that example.spec.ts means the TypeScript. So let's first I'll go to first I'll explain this code, then I will create my own. Okay, so let's start. So first, what is that? So in the very first line, what they have did, they imported something, that the test and the expect is used for the assertion. Okay, and test I think they haven't used here. I think test they haven't used here. Okay, so we'll check that if it is required or not. Next is the first line. What is that? Okay, oh, test is that this is the test method actually, that's why they imported the test. So this is the test method. Okay, so I am expecting that you guys have an understanding the how to write the method in TypeScript in Node.js mainly actually, and all the methods will be asynchronous method. So please be remembered that all the Playwright method will be asynchronous method. Okay, so this is the test. I'm starting with the test. This is the method name, you can say. Home page, they have given already home page as a Playwright in the title and the get started link, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, then comma, then async keyword, as I already mentioned that it will be a asynchronous method. Then inside this is a page. Why, what is this page? This is a browser context, you can say, or you can say that it's a fixture context isolation. So pages are isolated between test due to fixtures dot context. So what is fixture dot context and all, I will explain later in my later tutorial. You can understand. You will see that. But for now, it's a browser context, you can say that. Okay. Next is that you have to give like this arrow. You have to follow this syntax actually. If you don't have any idea, please have a look on some tutorials on Node.js so that you guys can understand. Inside the curly braces, first what I am doing that, so first I am calling the go-to method where I have to pass the URL, and all the whenever you will going to run a command actually or a method, when something will execute, so you have to give this await method. Okay, it's mandatory here. Okay, as it is an asynchronous method. Okay, so next what they have done that page.goto, this goto method is like that in Selenium, that driver.get, same thing like that here. So inside the method you have to pass the parameter for URL. Okay, so it will open the browser. This URL will get open in the browser. Okay, next what they are doing that they are using expect is for assertion. What they are doing that expect, they are passing this page object, you can say, dot, there is a method is available in Playwright that to have title. There are a lot of methods are available. I will discuss later one by one. There are a lot of methods are there. If you go by the documentation, you can see that one. Okay, so and here you have to pass, they have passed one string, that if that string is present in the title or not. Okay, so let's run this, open this URL so that we can see. if you don't know that how to check the title or title or not, so that just right click on anywhere, click on inspect, this will come, go to the title, inside the head there will be title, yes, title. In the title playwright text is there. Okay, so that's why they are, what they are doing, that to have title to contain, expect that title contains, it's not like that the same thing exact value. No, to have title playwright. Okay, the playwright string should be there as a substring. Okay, so they are validating this one, they are expecting this one. Okay, so this is for assertion. Okay, I'll explain later in detail all of this, in how to use the assertion in different way and how to use this, all these methods and all. Okay, next is that how to identify and locator and declare. So here what they have did, const, they have used a const. You can use let also, you can use var also. Const for constant. Okay, they are given a variable name page dot locator. So it's same thing like if you have an idea on Selenium, that driver dot find element, same thing like this here. So here in Playwright there are different way to identify the selectors. Selectors mean that elements, you can say. Okay, here for this locator method they are expecting they can they will accept, they can try to locate the element actually using text. They can use XPath also, here you can use CSS also. Okay, so here what they have did, that they will try to locate using this locator method. Okay, text equals to get started. So if I open this one, okay, you can see that get started. So it will try to identify that where the get started is there. So based on that one, it will identify, okay, here this is the locator where text equals to get started. So it will understand. And then what it's, there is an also another assertion is there. They have mentioned that expect this variable, means this locator. Okay, this locator to have attribute. Just like to have title, there is another method to have attribute, means that this locator have an attribute href. Okay, that hyperlink, and the value is like this. Okay, and what they have an attribute to be strictly equal. It's not like this, that to contain, it has to be fixed. Okay, so let's check this one again. Right click on this one, inspect. You can see that one, this is the text, and that's why get started they have showing that they have used here, get started. Okay, and next is that why href, the attribute href, and the value is docs/intro, same thing, they are validating this one. Next is that what gets at this variable dot click, means that it will click there. Understand? Next is that what, that once you click on this button, so it will take you to this another page, and in this page there is another method to have URL. In the URL, this value is present or not. This is also contained. This is not strictly like that to have attributes. Not strictly doesn't need to be strictly equal. Okay, it can have that contain this only intro section. This intro is present, okay, in the URL of this page, the current page. So this is the code for them, whatever they have given as an example. Once you create a project, okay, I have already run this one. I have shown that how you can run. So again, I am running this one from using this VS Code plugins. If you don't know how to run on all, please see the first video, the first tutorial. Okay, I am running in the debug mode so that you guys can see this one. It's open, it clicked, and then it's very fast it happened, so it's done. Okay, so this is the code I am explaining, that line by line what they have given. Now it's a turn to write your own code. Okay, so now first start with that, create a separate file for our to write the test actually. Okay, so under the test, I'm going to create a file that tutorial01.spec.ts. okay, so this is the format you have to follow, that .spec.ts. okay, so first we have to import the required thing. So what is required to import that? First is test, next is expect, and then from at playwright test. Okay, so perfect. Next is that I'm going to create a test method here. I'm giving first, I have to give the name of the method, my first playwright test. Okay, then comma, I have to use async keyword, sorry, async, yes. Inside this one I have to put bracket, then inside the curly braces I have to specify the page, okay, which is a browser context, I have already told you. Then here I have to give like this, okay, so just follow me here, okay, or this code I'll not upload, so if you want to follow this thing, just slowly, if you can pause the video, you can follow me, okay, to create your own very first test method using Playwright. Okay, so first I'm going to open Google. Okay, so inside this one, https google.com. so let's check that if you are going to open google.com, let's check in the incognito mode. So if you open, so it will open like this, this pop-up will come, you have to accept this one. Okay, to accept this one, so we have to identify this locator first. Okay, so how we can identify this one? Then again right click on this one, click on inspect. Okay, so we have this one is a button, actually accept one. Okay, or this one is a div also. So we are going to, I am going to use this button. This button has a unique ID, so I am going to use this ID to identify this locator. Okay, so how? So first we open the page, first in the line number 5, then you can use to identify this locator and put into a variable, or you can directly click on that variable. First I'm going to I'll first identify this variable. It's exactly same like the driver.findElement in Selenium. Okay, it's exactly same like here. You can consider that one, you can imagine that this page is exactly something like the driver object, okay, in Selenium. Constant, okay, accept all button. Okay, next is this page dot locator. So you can ask me that why this await is not here. So await is not here because we are not going to perform any method, perform any action here. Okay, you are not going to perform anything, any event you can say. That's why await is not required here. So directly, sorry, using this hash for ID, you can use hash, just like think in the CSS file, how if you have any idea that how to write in the CSS, how to use the ID or the class. So in for ID we have to use hash, or for ID we have to use dot. Okay, so same thing for ID, I'm going to use hash here. Oh, sorry, first I have to copy this button ID. Okay, here, so in accept all we have our locator accept all button, then await button dot click. Okay, we'll call this method, so it will fire an event that you have to click on that button. Then what we will do, that then we'll type something here. So then we have to identify this text box again. So this text box, okay, so here I'm not going to discuss in detail about selectors and all, because there are a lot of things, okay, to identify locators, actually to use the selectors. Sorry, so here I'm going to show you guys one interesting thing. Okay, so I'm not going to create another variable here. Directly I will use that, I will enter something on that text field. So first we have to identify that text box. Okay, so how, page dot locator. Okay, so there is a way. Okay, so how you can use any attribute of any particular HTML element. Okay, so this is an input tag. This tag has multiple attribute. You can see class, JS action, max length, name, blah blah blah, multiple things it has. Okay, so you can use any of the attribute here. So what is the unique? Try to use any unique attribute. How you can use? Suppose I'm going to use this name q. Name equals to q. How you can use? Inside the locator method, inside this colon, inside the single you can say that inverted comma, single inverted comma, you have to use this bracket. Inside this bracket you have to put the attribute and the value like this. Okay, then dot fill. This is the method. It's exactly same like the send keys in Selenium. Okay, you have to give the value that I'm going to keep the value right. Okay, so what it will do that in this line? So first it will identify this element using this attribute. Okay, then it will fill, means that it will enter the text playwright there. Okay, I'm giving a pause here. This is the method, it will pause, and I am giving here the breakpoint. Okay, so let's try to run this code. Again I am showing that go to this test. Okay, this testing icon, click on this one. If you're not able to find this your newly created file, refresh this one, test explorer. Okay, go inside this one, you will find the method. You can directly run this file. So if you have this, your file contain multiple test methods, you will run all the thing. Otherwise, if you want to run the particular test method, you can run like this. Okay, I am going to run using debug test. Let's see what will happen. It opened, it clicked. Okay, so you can see that it entered the value also. So it all works. So what you learn here, that if you want, you can pause the video, you can note it down here. Okay, so you can use ID as a locator identifier. Okay, you can use any attribute as an locator identifier. Okay, any of this. Okay, next what I'm doing, that I'm stopping. Okay, I'm resuming this one, so it passes. So next what we have to do, that I'll do that. So I'll click on this Google search button. Let's identify this one, this. So I'm going to use this value. Let's see what will happen. Okay, if it is unique, so as of now I have used this one is a unique thing, this one is a unique thing, that's why there is no error. If you give any value that is not unique, so what will happen? So that I'm going to show you. Page dot locator, same thing I'm going to use here, the value equals to Google set that attribute dot click. So this is not an unique thing. Okay, I'm mentioning that this is not a unique in this page actually. Okay, the value equals to Google search. So what will happen? So let's run this code again. So sometimes what happen, if you add a new line of code, okay, or new part of code, so it is not reflecting. So on that time, please refresh this one. Normally, usually it's take the latest actually. Oops. It's clicked. There is a failure. So you can see very clearly. So what is that? Strict mode violation. What happened? It resolved 2 elements. So it found 2 elements. It's very interesting. You can see that. So in other thing, they will throw the exception, they will not tell anything. So here they are clearly giving, this is the flavor of Playwright actually. Here you can understand, now you will start understanding what's the flavor of Playwright. Okay, so here they are clearly mentioning that there is a two element with the same details, okay, same identifier. So one is here, one is here. So what you can set, they are also suggesting that you can use this value like this. You can give that text equals to Google search like this, nth one means the number one, or if you want to use n1, you can use this one, that area label Google search. Okay, use the another attribute or use the index, the what is the, that is two element, use that one, that okay, first or second element, which one element you want to run. Okay, so this is the way actually how, this is a very good flavor actually. They are already showing you that you don't have to think and you don't have to spend time actually to identify the why it is not failing, what is the problem, where it's found a two different thing. Okay, so that's why we are going to use this one, this area label, or you can use this one also. Okay, so let try this one. Okay, I haven't tried this one yet, so I can cross here, I can stop this one like this. Instead of using this one, I'm going to use this one, text equals to Google search, this angle bracket, nth one. Let's run this code, let's see what will happen. So to use text, I have already shown while I am explaining the example test method. Okay, so you can use text as an locator attribute also. It's done. Okay, you can see this one. Okay, so it's worked actually, this element identifier works. Okay, so after that it's here, so that's why I am giving the debugger here, that's why it stopped here. Okay, I'm passing this one. So this is the way you can identify elements and you can do the operations here. Okay, this is the very first thing. So you guys try by your own, just do the basic thing, basic operations, just like that fill I have shown you guys, that just like do the click. Okay, try to automate a very simple thing. In the next tutorial I'll show you guys that how to generate the code also. There is an option that you can generate the code also here. Okay, so as of now, goodbye, and if you have any doubt, please do the comment on this video. Okay, and if you like this tutorial, please share with others also so that they can learn also, and thank you.